The practice of management, a comparison of managerial styles. Position. The best fit of a managerial style which complements a company are those that will enable employees to perform better with their companies.
Understanding, indicating times have changed, as well as the managerial styles. People think that one has to adapt to just one managerial style in the workplace as a manager. However, that is not the case. Different companies incorporate modern choices of styles in order to achieve results. With the various managers possessing their own special technique that works with them in ways that other styles may not benefit the company. The flexibility of styles allows results to be met. This also allows the manager to freely lead in accordance to their style. There are different managers with different methods that allow the worker to maximize their potential. The way managers make decisions in their workplace will affect their employees. These results are often a direct reflection of leadership. Examples of managerial styles: micromanagement, extroverting, administrative, dictatorship, charismatic, and cultural style. Not all manager styles work for every company nor person.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the workplace. The following slide displays Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory in a simple chart. He broke down human needs into 5 specific categories. Those categories are listed below: psychological, safety, social belonging, esteem, and self-actualization. A description is the end given in its relation to the overall needs for any given person to help understanding our inner sense of motivation. An example is then given for each of Maslow's needs to tie them into the workplace. Maslow's hierarchy of needs and the workplace. The first on Maslow's needs list is the psychological need. This is described as a need for basic survival, food, water, clothing, and shelter. The workplace example is a job with enough pay to buy the basics. In today's society, sadly to say, it revolves around money. In order to eat and survive, you need money to buy your food, the shoes on your feet, the clothes on your back, roof over your head, and the means for transportation to get to your job. So ideally, we want a job that will pay us enough to survive and off the necessities of the day-to-day basics. The next on the list of Maslow's needs is safety. This is described as a need to feel secure, free of harm, and free of fear. Workplace examples are safety equipment, healthcare plans, life insurance, retirement plans, job security, or something as simple as a gym membership. Depending on what type of work environment you work on a day-to-day basis is what the definition of safety means to you. For example, for someone who is working in a warehouse, it might be extremely important for them to make sure they have the proper safety equipment. This can be something as simple as working gloves to protect your hands, proper knives, or proper lift equipment to make sure that you don't get hurt. For others, this can be a healthcare plan. To be free of fear, a lot of people worry about what they would do if they got sick and they weren't able to go to work. Sometimes you might be able to just go to work and push through it, but in other cases, the sense of fear of not knowing what to do if you aren't able to go to the doctors because you can't pay for the visit or you can't pay for the medication. Something as simple as, hey, this winter you got the flu and your fever was rising and you just really needed to go to the hospital, but you didn't have the means to. So having a healthcare plan can give you a sense of security, free of fear, and just a peace of mind knowing that, hey, if I get sick, I can go to the doctors and I can get medicine. Or even for those people that have day-to-day needs, something as simple as having an asthma inhaler to help have insurance to help pay for that can give a peace of mind as well. A lot of people, it's important for them to have type of job security. Getting a job is one thing, but making sure you have that job in a month or two or a couple of years means a lot as well. So knowing that you're going to get a job and that you know that it's not going to go anywhere can give you a huge peace of mind. The next on Maslow's needs is social belonging. This is described as a need to feel connected to others, accepted by family and friends. At work, this can be something as simple as teamwork, positive corporate culture, company lunchroom, uniforms, and department outings. Sometimes simply just having a place where you can sit down comfortably to eat your lunch and get to know your other associates means a lot. It creates a sense of a second home away from home, or even a second family if you tend to get close to your coworkers. A lot of people end up spending more time at work than they do in their actual home or with their actual families. So having a positive corporate culture means a lot. Knowing that you can depend on your team member or on the person, if you're working on an assembly line, for example, you do your job, and knowing that you can depend on the person before you who passed it on to you and the person next to you who's going to complete your job means a lot. The next on Maslow's needs is esteem. This is described as a need for self-respect and respect from others, recognition and status. At work, this is acknowledgement, feedback, promotion, perks, or raises. I'm sure all of us would love to get paid more than we actually do at work, but it doesn't always happen. So sometimes something simple as a thank you or good job or a thumbs up, a smile, even if it isn't verbal, can mean a lot. For your manager just to come in one day and tell you hi or ask you how you're doing and make you feel noticed. Sometimes a lot of places, people don't know their managers or their supervisors or their shift leaders and are surprised and feel happy when they call them out by name, even if they don't say thank you or say hi. Even that is enough for people. So it just depends on your work. It makes you feel good inside. The last of the needs is self-actualization. That is described as a need for fulfillment, the need to realize one's fullest potential, and in the workplace means challenging, creative jobs, meaningful work that ties to a greater good, or volunteer opportunities. Sometimes you hear a lot of people who have been at their job for 10, 15, 20 years and all of a sudden get up and quit. Sometimes it was in management. Sometimes they just got tired of it because they felt that there was nothing meaningful to work. You just got tired of waking up every day. Everybody wants a job where they can wake up and say, yay, I'm going to work, or today's going to be a good day. I'm going to work that a job that I love, a job that I like the people that I work with, and they feel good about themselves because of what they're doing at work. And that actually helps.
The best management style. The simple and perhaps somewhat disappointing answer is that there is no method of leadership that is always superior to all other types of management styles. The best type of management style is one that is flexible, adaptive, and appropriate for the given circumstances. That is true because different situations call for different kinds of leadership. Micromanagement style. A management style where a manager closely observes and/or controls the work of his or her subordinates. And employees do not like working for somebody who is constantly hovering over them and not letting them be independent. Even though managers may think this is efficient, it makes employees less productive. It's very important to make employees feel engaged, but let employees also feel independent. Micromanagement style. The pros to micromanagement style is greater control. This allows the manager to have much greater level of control over the work that their employees do. This can help them to make sure that everything that their employees are doing is correct and accurate. Fewer errors. If a manager closely watches the work that an employee does, then there is a much smaller chance that errors will be made. This is because the employee is likely to do better quality work while he or she is being watched. The cons: managers get too involved in the work of their team. Employee resentment. Being micromanagement can be very stressful for employees. This is because no one wants to feel like they are under a microscope, being examined at all times. This is very stressful. Increased turnover. If too many of a company's employees are feeling resentful of their managers, then it can easily lead to increased turnover, which can be very bad for business. This is because hiring and vetting new employees can be very time-consuming and expensive. Wasted time for managers. If managers are constantly supervising every little thing that their employees are doing, then it means they will spend less time on other productive things that they could be doing. Affiliated management style. An affiliated manager is humble, hardworking, and confident. These managers make themselves part of the team. These managers are willing to do whatever it takes to make their team succeed. Advantages of the affiliative management style are: feedback is a critical component of the workplace environment. The leaders resolve conflicts quickly. The well-being of the employee becomes a top priority. There are reduces levels of stress present with affiliative leadership. The disadvantages are: affiliative leaders tend to avoid conflict. It can reduce team productivity levels. This leadership style struggles with complex problems in the workplace. Affiliative leaders can create an attitude of complacency. These leaders can sometimes lose sight of the vision, as well as avoid scenarios that make them feel uncomfortable.
The charismatic management styles relies on the charm and influence of the leader. Charismatic leaders are driven by their beliefs and commitment to the cause. Charismatic leaders are sometimes referred to as transformational leaders because they have many similarities. Charismatic managers often try to improve the status quo, while transformational leaders focus on the vision of transforming organizations into leaders. There are some advantages for charismatic management style. First, increased employee loyalty. Second, high productivity. Third, a move toward innovation. There are also some disadvantages. First, the company will go down if they left. Second, a lack of simplicity.
Survey results. Asked 53 individuals the same 7 questions. Each individual came from different levels of management. The purpose was to get a better understanding of what different managerial styles work best for companies and their employees. Survey results. The most common job roles were individual contributor and team lead. Approximately 40% of respondents worked in the customer service department. About 75% were inspired to meet their goals at work and were focused on their job duties. More than half of the respondents were satisfied working for their company. Approximately 40% of respondents felt involved in their work. About 80% were determined to give their best work effort each day. Interview results. We interviewed 5 different managers from different industries. According to the interviews, most managers felt satisfied with their job. They all used different managerial styles or a mixture of them. The most common managerial styles used were affiliative managerial style and charismatic managerial style. When asked about their managerial style, a majority of managers mentioned that they trusted their workers to do their job. Some would like to improve the way they manage while others do not. All 5 managers felt they were focused on their job duties, and a majority of managers felt inspired to do their work.
In all, the same things that motivate people on a personal level motivates them at work. Every company has an inner structure set up in order for it to succeed. Part of that structure is for managers to find a management style that works best with the situation at hand. Every employee is different and every situation can call for a different management style. An effective manager finds a productive style that overall will motivate all employees to want to reach the next level of Maslow's pyramid in every situation. Therefore, the ending result is a successful management style from the manager creates motivated employees that do their job, that later turns into profit for the company, making it prosperous.